Attention everybody! You have reached the Dex HQ where we research and present the trivia and battle strategy of a different Pokemon every week. I am Pokekels.
And I am Special Agent Alex. This is an emergency broadcast to all operatives. It seems another Ultra Beast has made its way through an Ultra wormhole and into our world. Sightings of UB4, codename Blade, are pinging all over the Alola region.
As you know, if you are not one of the most powerful expert trainers in Alola, you have no business going out to try and catch this dangerous beast. So please stay indoors and enjoy this informational video until our agents can handle the situation.
Or if you are one of the most powerful trainers in Alola, stop what you're doing and watch this video to prepare yourself for the battle that is to come, and then go out and capture that bad Paper Daddy.
Bad Paper Daddy is not on the list of approved Dex HQ company approved codenames, Alex.
I meant Kartana.
UB4.
Kartana.
At only 12 inches tall and in a 5-way tie for the lightest Pokemon at 0.2 pounds, Kartana may be easy to miss. Luckily, sources tell us that this Ultra Beast does not attack unprovoked, though its incredibly sharp body should under no circumstances be touched if encountered. Reports tell of a Kartana cutting down a giant steel tower with one swipe of its blade-like appendages.
Kartana is made of paper, and the art of folding paper is commonly known as origami. That's where the art in Kartana comes from, and it's mixed with katana, a traditional Japanese sword. Plus, Kartana itself is actually a Sanskrit word for cutting. You may not think paper is sharp enough to hurt you, but it is. A quickly rotating circle of just paper can even cut through wood, so don't be complacent, agents, or you'll get a pretty gnarly cut.
Speaking of which, might be coincidence, might be super clever, but Kartana's grass and steel typings are both super effective against rock, which could be a reference to the classic rock, paper, scissors, where paper always beats rock. Paper, of course, is made of plants for the grass type, and its samurai-inspired design is responsible for its steel typing.
Also, Kartana is called Kamitsurugi in Japanese, which is kind of a play on words. Kame means paper, but can also mean god, and Tsurugi means sword. Thinking about Kartana as a little autonomous paper demigod is awesome, and there are actually a lot of instances of stories in which origami sculptures move as if real. It's all part of the culture of origami, making the sculptures look as if they might just get up and walk away at any moment. But they better not.
With a powerful paper samurai on the loose, it is important to remain calm. As we said, Kartana does not usually attack unless it is provoked.
But what does it mean, Kels?
What do you mean, Alex?
Like, why are the Ultra Beasts here? What do they come here for? What do they want?
You don't have the clearance level for me to answer that question, Agent.
What?
But we might be able to understand Kartana's purpose by learning a bit about ourselves. It is time for Culture Shock.
Ooh, zap! Culture! Ooh.
There's another huge design inspiration for Kartana that we haven't mentioned yet, and that is the noshi, a Japanese folded decoration commonly given with gifts. Just like you might add a greeting card, a noshi is a little personalized way of sending wishes of love and good luck to others.
That all sounds cute, but the real kicker comes from the paper used in noshi decorations, which are white on one side, orange on the other, and often decorated with strips or stripes of yellow paper. Tell me these do not look almost exactly like Kartana. In the past, noshi were made with food such as strips of meat or abalone. Now paper is much more common and much less messy.
So if Kartana's inspiration is actually a symbol for gifts and good luck, could that be a clue to its reasons for appearing in Alola? Historically, gift giving is usually done within a society to honor or celebrate another person. But we also have to remind ourselves that gift giving is also a form of parlay. For example, before globalization ever occurred, traders and settlers that came upon unfamiliar foreign nations would often offer them gifts to show them their goodwill.
So you're saying that Kartana could be a parlay gift from the denizens of Ultra Space to show goodwill? Huh. But if we're talking about a diplomatic gift here, then why is it shaped like a samurai and why can it cut through almost anything in our world? Doesn't sound very diplomatic to me.
Well, for now, we don't exactly have proof either way. Whether Kartana is a true gift or a threat is still unknown. Our research institute has been hard at work though, thinking about Ultra Space. But if we could just get another game that focused on Ultra Space a little bit more. Anyway, that's the trap you run into when you're meeting beings from another dimension for the first time. You might get a bit of culture shock. This has been it.
Good news, agents! After viewing our instructional videos, the guys back at HQ have deemed UB4 Blade as maybe not as dangerous. That means that agents who have beaten Alola's Pokemon League are cleared to try and catch one.
Fantastic news. If you are going after Kartana, you'd best be prepared for how you want to use it in battle. Fortunately, Kartana happens to be a gift to the right VGC team.
All right, agents, we now interrupt this special report to bring you some VGC 2017 battle strategies for Kartana.
Pokemon.
Like she said, Kartana can be a great asset in VGC 17 because its stats and typing, combined with its ability Beast Boost, which boosts its highest stat by 1 stage each time it gets a KO, make it one of the most universally useful Pokemon in the meta at the moment. There's lots of ways to set it up, but here's a nice basic one made popular by Pokemon competitor, commentator, and 3-time consecutive world champion Ray Rizzo. Start with the Jolly Nature and EV train it in HP, special defense, and max out its speed.
Even with max speed, Kartana's highest stat is still its monstrous 202 attack, so the plan is to use that extra HP and special defense we gave it to earn a KO or two. That'll activate Beast Boost, and once you've got that, unless your opponent's got a fast fire type, Kartana is pretty much unstoppable. To make this strategy even better, give it an Assault Vest to hold, which raises your special defense even higher by a whole.
The Assault Vest also stops you from using any non-attacking moves, even Protect, but that doesn't really matter because Kartana should always be attacking anyway. Start with crazy stab moves like Leaf Blade, which has a high crit ratio, and Smark Strike, which literally does not miss unless you're like digging or flying.
As far as coverage moves go, the two best ones Kartana has are Night Slash, which also has a high critical hit ratio, and Sacred Sword, which is an awesome fighting move that ignores defense and evasion boosts. Between these 4 moves, you're gonna have something that'll cause problems for almost anything that you run into out there, Agent.
And there you have it. The most simple and straightforward Kartana strat out there, Agent. But gosh darn it, this is the International Police, and we're not gonna leave you without giving you at least a few random thoughts.
Another way trainers sometimes go is to use Substitute. Combo it with Protect or Detect if you want to use that Z move to boost your evasion, and it gives Kartana a good buffer to peek out from and occasionally hit your opponent for big damage. It's an effective and disruptive set, but it requires a little more predictive playing than in the Assault Vest one.
However, some trainers have recently started combining this strategy with a Scope Lens, which boosts the crit ratio of Leaf Blade all the way up to 50%. With the right EV spread, this can be really scary for your opponent, while also giving you the bulk to survive some of the most threatening moves in the meta.
However, if your top priority is getting a Beast Boost out as quickly as possible, it might be more your style to run a Gracium Z on this set, which boosts Leaf Blade to more lethal levels. Then, once you've got 1 stage of Beast Boost active, it's like every move is a Z move.
And finally, we should mention the combination of Focus Sash and Protect. It gives Kartana a safer path to a Beast Boost, and even allows you to make one wrong call before you're totally out of the game. If you're playing against unfamiliar opponents, this might be the set to go with, but the tougher your opponent gets, the better looking the other sets will get, believe me.
Alright, Agents, this just about wraps up our emergency broadcast. Hopefully everyone followed directions, stayed indoors, and learned a little bit more about these mysterious new life forms. And don't go cutting yourself by accident now.
If you have any additional intelligence to share, or you've sighted an Ultra Beast in your neighborhood, follow the link in the description below to our official Dex Discord. And while you're down there, support more broadcasts like this in the future by buying one of our agency-approved Dex t-shirts from theyeti.com/thedex, or joining up with these fine people here on Patreon, without whom we would never even have had indoor plumbing.
Next week, we'll be back to your regularly scheduled programming, but for now, why not check out the last report we did on an Ultra Beast, or any of the other videos we've done on Pokemon from Gen 7. And don't forget to click the subscribe link. I'm PokeKels.
And I'm Special Agent Alex. Tune in next week for another rockin' episode of The Dex.